A very happy evening to dear parents, our dear learners, the founder director of Raks Palikulam, Ms. Shweta Krishnamurthy, the school advisor, Ms. Gayatri Deepak, and the team of invaluable teachers, mentors, and facilitators. Well, what do I say about the year gone by? Acclimatizing themselves to the virtual platform while still being engaged with their classes and taking up online, hands-on, and written assessments. This is being considered efficiently through these remote sessions. The portfolio week saw learners being able to decode instructions and prepare synchronous tasks after working through them asynchronously. Their reflections on the task led them to think about how effective their understanding and execution has been. Learners' ability to explore the platform, follow the directives, and collect information to submit their responses over their sessions and also attend to their assessments. It is a tribute to Team Pallikudam to have sailed this far, that we had parents actually call in and appreciate the school for its efforts in continuing education remotely though. With the activity kits, study materials, activity worksheets sent to the learners, what was the barrier? Just the screen. And imagine conducting online assessments, following integrity protocol with assessment sheets designed just as they would have been in the physical schedules. This was testimony that our learners were prepared against all odds. It is a dedicated effort by the team and the consistent trust and cooperation extended by the parent community and all the children that this was all possible. And looking forward to another year of unprecedented learning with many more members added to the parent community, the learning community, the teaching community. Team Pallikudam takes it all in its stride, and we are up for the best ways to reach out to each one as we break the mold. I wish all the learners and teachers of Team Pallikudam all the best and extend my heartfelt support to the entire team. Thank you. Agastya, I would request you to share your thoughts with the audience over here in how you have taken the Pallikudam way. Thank you.
Yeah, yes, ma'am. Happy evening, everyone. On behalf of Raks Pallikudam, I'm proud to welcome you all for the new academic year 2021 to 2022. Hope we Raksters are hale and hearty at home. I'm Agastya here, representing all the other Raksters too, to share our incredible learning journey with Raks. The beautiful thing about learning is nobody can take it away from you. Yes, Raks has proved that we are here to inspire to make a difference. Though I'm upset with this pandemic for many reasons, I should also thank it for giving us an opportunity to explore and experience our new learning as always. I was super excited when my mom told me that I will be sharing my learning experience at Raks. I would like to thank our correspondent, Ms. Shweta, and the Raks community for this lovely opportunity. I would like to take a few minutes to share my learning journey from kindergarten. My journey at Raks Pallikudam began with my little feet at Lil. I could still remember my first day. Hey, stop. Don't come to a conclusion. I was not crying or whining. I just hopped with a lot of excitement and curiosity. That first day was my best day. I should thank my parents for finding the best place where I can learn anything, where I can know anything, where I can be anything too. My kindergarten was full of inquisitive learning. I had enough independence to post all my questions. Here's a silly question of mine. We get milk from cows, but how does the milk get back into cows? As I used to ask a lot of questions, I was called a question bank with all the love by my teachers. I should thank my teachers who were helpful to get answers for all my questions. After our creators, we were all so scared about grade 1. There were a lot of questions. Than us, obviously our mothers, how we were going to read, write, and calculate. But to all our surprise, it has become my favorite year. We have given we have given all the independence to work in groups, to collaborate, to communicate our ideas with our friends. We were busy bees. Our class will always be busy working as we were completely engrossed and engaged in our learning activities. Few best parts I was able to remember were that we turned poems into stories. Math was always hands-on. Wow, such an amazing year. Let me take a deep breath. The whole day may not be enough for me to share my experiences. Such a treasurable memory it was. How about grade 2 then? We enjoyed it more as we became more mischievous, but still a little more curious too. Our curiosity with us was bubbled up by the way our teachers questioned us. You don't believe? We were given magnifying glasses to observe an experiment. We were given a thermometer to read and record. We were given it. We were given a measuring tape to measure shadows. Oh my God! What now? How can I not mention our field trips? We were given questionnaires, and that was my favorite task, as you all know. We needed to ask questions, find out, and relate our learning experiences. Yes, everything had a purpose on its own. I was also stunned. We were taken to a movie. My questions were from school, a movie, with friends, with teachers too. I really don't know what to say. Every moment was made very special. We didn't know we were learning, yes, but we were learning effectively. I know I'm taking much of your time, but how can I not stop sharing? How can I not stop sharing without my grade 3 experience? Fingers crossed. What do you all think? Will I say wow? Will I say oops? Yes, no doubt I started as an oops. I missed my school. I missed my friends. I missed my teachers. I was also spectacle. Will I miss my learning experiences? It felt weird to begin learning in front of a screen. But our school ensured nothing is going to change our learning style with racks. The funniest part was that I did not know my mic and camera were not working until the end of my first class. It was quite challenging for us as well as for our teachers to settle us with the learning platform. We have given enough time and guidance to settle our online class where I started to enjoy my learning. We were not deprived of anything. Believe me, we had group works in breakout rooms, we had hands-on tasks, we even did experiments. We also had treasure hunts, celebrations, and yes, virtual field trips too. If not for our online, we would have not known all our abilities to understand that nothing could stop us from learning. I would also like to thank all my friends and teachers who were a big support to build my technical skills. Sometimes now, my mom says it could have been much better if you would have not known all this. I would say, I am a Rakster. There's no boundary for our learning, and I know take it in a right way. Pat on the back for all of us. We did it. Of course we will do it. I can't wait for more fun and more learning to begin with my grade 4. To end with, I would like to say, hope is the last thing ever that is lost. I hope to get back to school very soon. Thanks for your patience in listening to my learning journey with Rax. Thank you.
Thank you, Agastya. Of course, you did not take a lot of our time, and it was a pleasure to listen to every word that you spoke. Thank you so much. Tejas, what about you?
Happy evening to the RAX community. I am Tejas of grade 12 and I'm going to talk about my experience with the online classes. At the beginning of the pandemic, everything seemed blurred. I had no idea how I would be able to continue my learning without being physically present at school. Then came the online classes. It was fun and exciting at the beginning, but as time passed, I started missing my friends, and playing sports at school. However, there was no other go but to continue with the online classes. I had a hard time concentrating as the home environment had a more laid back feel to it. But soon I realized that if I were to have a shot at doing well in my board exams, then I would have to start paying more attention to pass and ignore all the distractions. Trust me, it wasn't easy. Although it took me a while, I got there. I was able to enhance my learning experience with the help of group studies. My classmates and I held meetings online and cleared our doubts by discussing amongst ourselves. Once I got back to school, my goal was to get back on track to acing my board exams. However, when the second wave hit, it was announced that Cambridge would be having evidence based assessments. It was back to square one. I hadn't maintained my notebook well during the online classes. Thankfully, the school had already conducted enough mock assessments which could be used as evidence during the window between the first and second wave. All this wouldn't have been possible without the support of my family, friends, and teachers, all who were very considerate towards me. And on that note, I would like to welcome all the parents and students to the RACS community.
Thank you, Tejas. We have a few of our students who are here to draw the attention of the other children and the parents towards how online learning had changed their expectations from the school and put on new responsibilities and new areas to explore on their shoulders. We have Catherine, Karan, and Adif to take us through their experiences when they joined RACS Pallikudam last year.
I'm so happy to see so many people gathered here for this evening.
Hi guys. So I guess we're gathered here for something, right?
Not just something, we're here to discuss how the school has changed us and what we expected when we first joined the school.
Oh wow! Well then, I'm going to be speaking for a long time.
Whoa, slow down. We're not going to be sitting here for the whole day.
Yes, Adiv. And after all, we have something in common to talk about.
First joined this school, I expected offline classes. I expected a lot of group activities. But when I knew that the classes would be online, I didn't think that would be possible. I was wrong. The way the teachers at RACS have been handling the classes, you would think you were in school. The teachers have made us understand all the concepts across subjects by making helpful videos and interesting presentations.
Well, for me, I never knew that I'd be attending online classes. I did have a lot of expectations of meeting my new friends in school, by which I meant physically. But even though it was online, the classes went very smoothly. All the topics were taught practically, not just by writing, but through activities also. RACS also made me independent in every situation which I did not expect, and I thank the school for that and for making me feel like in school.
Have you thought about anyone's first day at school being online? Well, that's what happened to me. I'd expected the school to teach offline, but even in the online classes, RACS Pallikudam has aced it and have reached my expectations of me being able to understand and cope up with online sessions. And this being a new curriculum for me, I'd expected it to be tough, but this school has helped me learn that through various activities and tasks.
Well, as far as all we learners are concerned, this school has granted its best for us, and I believe I may speak for each and every student that RACS has done the best in that job.
So, our teachers are doing an excellent job in teaching the students. They aren't physically in front of us, which means we get distracted easily. That's why we learners need to be responsible. Here we have Harishri and Shreya to talk about how we need to be responsible.
Thank you, Catherine. Shreya, I'm curious to know about something, and I'm sure that you will help me out with this. What do you think is the role of a 21st century learner in making schooling successful?
That's a very good question, Harishi. Even I've been wondering about this. Well, I think it's about following the 2 R's.
You mean reuse and recycle? But how's it even related to learning?
No, Harishri, I mean responsibility and relevance.
Yes, you are right. Every learner has to be responsible to make schooling successful.
But how does being responsible help you as a 21st century learner?
Hmm. Have you heard of this saying? You are responsible for your own actions. And that is so true. Responsible students take ownership of their actions and behavior.
Harishri, don't you think we are missing on a major aspect?
What is it?
Creating interest.
Interest. I believe interest leads you to responsibility. You know, when you're passionate about something, you go for it or you ask for it, and then finally you learn it. It's the same for classes as well. But Shreya, how can we be focused in class when we feel demotivated?
That's when the second R, relevance, comes into action. The learner has to be physically and mentally present in the classroom. They should listen and interact with their teachers. When asked any question, you have to respond to your teacher and communicate with them. And don't hesitate to ask any question. Only then you will understand what the teacher had taught for that day.
How do you get the best out of your classes? Let's take an example of a scenario where this child attends the classes through her phone and finds it very stressful. What will your advice be to her?
Attending your classes on the phone is going to be really stressful. You can't interact with your teachers properly. So, having a proper gadget is a must. This includes of all categories: good webcam, proper mic, fully charged laptops, and automatic updates or restarts to be switched off.
Wow, that sounds like a nice idea. Another scenario where this child is distracted by his environment, such as the noises of the cutlery from the kitchen and family members talking in the background.
The students need a good atmosphere that makes them they are at school. And the only thing that interrupts them is their screen. Make sure they sit in a place where they are not disturbed, a place with good connectivity. No more messy beds and noisy living rooms. Make sure you sit in a bright and well ventilated room where there is good connectivity.
While I attended online classes, I noticed something that happened quite often. And believe me or not, that was not in my grade alone. These were the issues that the school and students faced right from grade 1 and upwards. Many students used internet connectivity as an excuse to skip online classes. They pretended their screens to be frozen. They said that there was a power shutdown, or the transformer had burst in their area, or their computer was under an automatic restart or update, and that they didn't receive the invite, so they logged in late for the class. Parents, what do you all think about it? So, parents, you need to know that a proper gadget, good internet connectivity, and uninterrupted atmosphere would help your child to become more responsible as a 21st century learner.
How do you parent as how do you as a parent help your child to adapt to the virtual learning of the 21st century? Well, we as children have few suggestions for you.
I would request all the parents here, whenever possible, to come and observe your child's screen during a class. Number one, you will observe how interactive our classes are. And number two, we will see that you are observing us. Kindly check on the working conditions of the gadgets that you have given to your child to use. A laptop or a computer with working camera, good internet connectivity, a space with least amount of disturbance and noises, and a well-lit place for your children to be focused throughout the class. It would also be helpful if you are able to block certain sites from the child's computer so that any online distractions are also reduced.
We all welcome you to the new academic year. As a 21st century learner, let's put our hearts, hands, and minds on to make this academic year successful. Let's together develop a passion for learning. Let's be responsible and let's stay determined. Thank you.